try to make it as simple as possible, so that after watching my video, you feel like, you know what, I can do this thing. You know, I can actually use the tips that this guy said, and I can apply them today, and I'll start transforming tomorrow. People avoid paying, but they end up paying the biggest price at the end. So from my experience, there's 3 types of payments for transformation, right? When I pay with attention, I post a lot of free stuff every day. A lot. You can.
Welcome to another edition of Mindset Profits. The team was just asking me why we seem to be on such a wellness and health drive this year. Angazi. I think for me, I've seen last year, we started the podcast about a year, 3 months at the time of this recording, and it took about 6 months to get to 1,000 subscribers. And 4 months later, we hit 10,000 subscribers. And the reason for that was, and in the first 6 months, I quit because I was tired of recording for an hour, setting up equipment for an hour, editing for 3 hours, one episode, and then seeing 30 views. And thinking, my goodness, all that effort for 30. But I got some advice from content creators, got back and did 2 episodes a week for 3 months. That's part of why we ended up growing it, ended up catching on. But I was tired. And by December, by the time it was time for holiday in December, I took a holiday for a full month, no recording, no cameras. We told everyone here, I do not want to see a camera near me because I was mentally tired from just shooting and recording. You will see the over 60 episodes that are online, but what you will not see is that there's a whole lot others that didn't make it online for whatever reason. Sometimes audio, sometimes we both felt, me and the guest would feel that the episode was not that great, we'd need to reshoot, right? So that means there's a lot of work that came to this. Because of how I felt and because of what the holiday was like, that experience, it got me to rest, to relax, to rethink things, to rethink how we'll do the shooting. But it got me to see what's important. And part of what is important is your health, your wellness, emotionally, physically, and financially. That's why we're bringing financial advisors, but we're also bringing online coaches. So I went on my TikTok and just looked up some online coaches to check who's talking about diet, weight loss, who's talking about this physical wellness and doing a very good job at it. I found one. And this brother is our guest today. Man, his delivery is really good. Watch this episode, you'll see why. Mr. Kopano is the online health.
Online.
What do you call yourself? Online?
Okay, I need to put all the, online, international, fat loss coach. That international means a lot. That's why I'm adding it.
That's not what stood out for me. I think what stood out for me was your content and some of the unique styles that you had. You had one talking about weight loss, and your meal was cakes and pasta, and I'm thinking, okay, something is not adding up. But welcome, bruh.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. It's been a long time coming. I'm looking forward to today's interview to share with your viewers and also with my supporters out there.
Yeah, no, that's good, man. That's good. You've been growing pretty fast on social media. What's your story there? How did you get started?
So I've got a background in being a personal trainer.
Yeah.
I graduated 2016. From 2016 till 2020, I was working at a gym, or 2 gyms actually. Mm-hmm. And then I've always had a vision, a goal to go online, right? I knew that online, people say online is the space, online is the way to go. I was like, okay, that is my vision. I didn't really know how to do it. 2020 came along. 3 big things happened for me in my life in 2020. Firstly, COVID. Everybody got affected by COVID negatively. Another thing is
So when COVID happened, you were not yet online?
No, I was still working at a gym.
Okay.
Yeah. So COVID happened. Okay, cool. The world got stopped, got disrupted. So a gap. Okay, could be a perfect time to go from working at a gym to going online, right? Because the gyms are closed for at least a year. So let me start something online, build that momentum, so that by the time the gyms are open, I've already got something hot happening, you know?
Yeah.
So gyms closed, COVID, I resigned, I gained weight. I got fat.
That's why.
Yeah.
Because that's the one question I also had with you, because you talk weight loss, and I'm looking at you. You are ripped. You need weight loss gap. Yeah. You don't have context, so you've experienced.
Yes, yeah. 2020, when people were making the banana breads, homemade alcohols, I was part of them. I was having the banana breads. I gained weight because everything has stopped.
Yeah.
So when I gained weight, I was like, okay, I cannot be an overweight trainer. There's no way. There's no way. Like, okay, let me...
That's bad for business.
Bad for business. It's contradictory. So I was like, okay, what can I do? Like, okay, I know for your body to change, 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. Gyms are closed. Okay, cool. If I could really figure out this food thing, this nutrition thing, then I could go through my own transformation. And I did. But it was different types of transformations. It was a weight loss transformation. It was an entrepreneurial transformation.
Oh.
It was a content creation transformation. It was a sales transformation. It was a whole thing, right? So gyms are closed. I got fat. I need to go through a transformation. I lost the weight. I got ripped. More ripped than this, actually. This is normal for me.
Hi, boy. You're making us look bad.
This is a normal me. But back then, I was more ripped than this. Then I realized, okay, food is the biggest problem. And working from a gym as a trainer, I realized I'd have clients who would always be at the gym, who would show up for the sessions, I'd push them, but food, right? And if I give them a diet, okay, this is the diet I've created for you, when I do this, it was very difficult for them to sustain that diet, or even carry on with it for the next 4 months, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, for them to get that transformation. So I knew that the biggest problem is not the gym. Gym is easy. Gym is 1 hour of your day, every other day.
Yeah.
You know, food is 24/7. And food, that's where the damage comes in, you know?
Yeah.
So that's when I started really focusing on the nutrition part. I started really tracking my calories. So when it comes to tracking your calories, I know exactly if I eat an apple, how much calories I'm eating. If I eat a drumstick, how much protein. If I have a bag of Doritos, how much fat. I was like, okay, this is working. I'm transforming. Without a gym, I'm losing weight during COVID.
Just by tracking your calories.
Tracking my calories.
Is it the same for everyone? Because I imagine our bodies are different.
The method is the same. The calculations could be a little bit different. So for me, the only type of exercise I was doing back then, I was doing steps. I was doing walking. So remember there was a curfew back then.
Yeah.
By 6 or 8, you have to be in the house. So I knew that between that time, I need to be back in the house. I need to have at least 10, 15,000 steps. I'd walk around the park, walk around my yard, walk at home, walk around the neighboring hoods, wherever. As long as I hit my step target, I am good. While doing that, I'm doing YouTube workouts. I was even recording YouTube workouts back then.
Okay.
They're on YouTube.
That was your content.
That was my content.
Okay.
Me gymming, home workouts on YouTube. They're there on YouTube if you go there. So that really helped me. So the biggest transformation came from the foods. So like, okay, we all know that 80% nutrition, 20% exercise is the formula for weight loss, or even just transformation for your body. So let me focus on the food part, but let me not make it boring. Dieting is boring.
Yeah.
Weight loss is boring. If I say, let me help you lose weight, in your mind, you're like, yo, this guy is going to give me broccoli, boiled chicken. He's going to tell me I can't drink alcohol. He's going to tell me, it's like, no. If you know the exact number, if you know exact calories that you need to eat for your body to lose weight, you can have your water, you can have your apples, you can have your bag of Doritos, you can have your pizza. Because as we know, life is very dynamic, right? So I've seen this many times when I used to work at a gym, where a client will be like, "Ish, this weekend my child is graduating. There's a party." You cannot tell that person that you cannot have alcohol, you cannot have the braai.
Yeah.
It's very unsustainable. But if you build those habits of saying, okay, if you are going to have alcohol, don't combine alcohol with, let's say, high fatty or high carb foods. Okay? If you're going to have pap, don't fill up the plate. Normal portion, small portion. If you're going to have junk, try to fast in the morning so that once you do eat, there's less damage and there's less regret. Because also the regret of saying, you know what, I'm on this weight loss journey. I had pizza, I had Coke, I had beer. I feel bad. Each coach is going to be mad at me.
Fast in the morning first.
Yes, fast in the morning, track your calories. It all comes down to your habits, just like anything in life. You know, all comes down to your habits. So the way I created it, I made it very digestible, entertaining a bit, still informative.
Definitely entertaining.
Lots of information, but very short, because I understand that on the social media game, attention span is everything. We only got 3 seconds to make an impression. If you're gonna start by saying, "Hey, my name is Kopano, I'm a dietitian," by the time you say, "I'm also a coach," people have already browsed. But if you say, "Hey, you can eat pizza and you can lose weight," like, hey, you know, that's when it's like, okay, let me see what this guy is saying. Then it's like, oh, it makes sense. Then I started posting that type of content. I was posting it back then on Instagram only. Instagram and Facebook. I wasn't getting the engagement that I want on Instagram. A friend of mine said, "Try this TikTok thing." Like, TikTok? TikTok, people are dancing there. People are sharing memes. It's a fun time on TikTok. People don't want to talk about weight loss on TikTok. Then I tried it. So I'll create a video, post it on Instagram, post it on TikTok, post it on Facebook, post it on YouTube.
Just to see.
Yeah.
It moves on
TikTok was moving, getting more engagement, more likes. I post the same caption, same everything, same time. Posted 6 a.m., 6 a.m. On Instagram, when I go back at 8 o'clock, I was like, I only got 13 views, but I've got 300 followers. People are not watching. Okay, let me go to TikTok. How? 1,000. Same video, same everything. And there's 2 comments. And those comments are questions. That means these people are interested. Then, when I made that realization, it was 2023, late 2023. It's like, okay, this Instagram thing, it's a whole different game. TikTok is moving. I told myself 2024, I'm not missing a day without posting. Post every day. Christmas, New Year, boating time, it's winter, it's soccer playing, it's a random Saturday, I am posting. And I'm only posting about weight loss.
Okay.
Started doing that, started growing. Okay, got to my first 1,000. Okay, things is happening. Okay, 1.5. Okay, 2,000, 10,000. It's like, okay. I used to average around 3 to 5 new followers every week. I mean, every day. Now I average around 100 to 150 every day of new followers. So
that is impressive.
So it's, once I realized that it's just like anything in life, consistency. Consistent social media, consistent in your fitness, consistent in your finances, consistent in your relationships. Yes, you will fail, you will make mistakes, but if you tell yourself, I cannot go back, I don't like where I am right now, I have to be consistent no matter what, anything is possible.
Speaking of that, there's many people in their weight loss journey that do fail and backslide, and one thing that you speak against is just judging yourself.
Yes.
How important is that?
Your self-talk.
To be kind to yourself.
Be real, but accept where you are. So let's say be real. If you messed up, you messed up. If you said you were going to have water and you didn't have water, you messed up. But understand where you are within your life. If you've been overweight, I've had many people tell me I've been overweight all my life. So you see this person, when it comes to me, I'm dealing with years and years and years of trauma. Self-judgment, trauma, doubt, fear, you know, and I understand that. So when I tell them, like, okay, you messed up this weekend, but let's look at your progress for the past 2 weeks. You've been drinking more water. You've lost your first 2 centimeters around your waist. So if you look at the bigger picture, you are progressing. But if you look at this smaller episode on your movie series of your life, yeah, you did mess up. It's okay. The most important thing is remove that guilt, remove that fear, remove that that need to be perfect. Because I also, based on my research, weight loss or how weight loss or fitness has been marketed for many, many years. Influencers, these big companies, movies, shows, they're marketed as if like you have to be perfect. Your workouts have to be perfect. You always have to have energy, always smiling. When you make your smoothie, you're smiling. When I make my meals, I don't smile. I just make my meals and eat. When I go to the gym, I'll smile at the end because I'm like, yeah, I feel good. I did this workout. But in essence, the reason why I created my platform is firstly to show people the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Show them how real it is. Because some people, they will say, I want to lose weight, but they don't have an idea what is the weight loss lifestyle. You know, we've heard this, we have to make it a lifestyle. Fitness is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
But what does that look like? Does that mean I must drink 4 liters of water? Does that mean I need to be at the gym every day? Does that mean I cannot have a slice of pizza? No. From how I built my platform, it doesn't have to be like that. As long as long term, in a week, in a month, in 3 months, how many consistent days have you had? How many good habits have you built? What type
So your frame is really big picture thinking.
Big picture, always, and that's how I speak to my clients. That's how I speak to my supporters. People who ask me via DMs, hey coach, this and this, hey coach, this and that. I'm like, okay, you focus on this small and nothing. It's like if I had to ask you, how did you grow your podcast? You'll tell me, no, consistency, this. But I'm like, hey man, this mic, tell me about this mic. Did this mic make you popular? Does this mic make you have 1,000 views? No, people focus on the small thing. If I do 5 push-ups, will it be better if I do 4 push-ups? Push-ups don't matter, just do your push-ups. Yeah. You know, if I have 3 liters of water compared to 4 liters of water, which one is better? Just drink water, you know, and build that consistency. So that's what I saw. I experienced it during COVID. I realized that gym, it's easy. Gym is a place for building muscle or toning up. It's not needed for weight loss. Most of your progress is going to come from the food. And if you have a good relationship with food, if you have good habits with food, if you eat foods you can afford, if you eat foods that you like to eat, if you know what is good portion control, then your body has no other option but to lose weight if you do it over a period of time. You know, so that's what my platform is. That's what I help people with. That's why all my videos, well, most of my videos I'm having a pizza, or I'm eating Pick and Pay, or I'm having a biscuit. I try to make it as real as possible because most people's lives are very normal.
Can I afford this weight loss lifestyle? If I'm on a budget, can I afford that lifestyle and still enjoy what I'm eating on a budget? Because the assumption with many is if I am to change, it's going to be expensive.
Yes, you can. Because I've got a mixed group of people that I'm helping. I'm helping entrepreneurs who have got multiple businesses.
Yeah.
I'm helping people who work in retail.
Okay.
And they all have the same habits. I tell them, if you're going to eat a food or eat a meal that firstly keeps you fuller for longer.
Oh, okay.
Right? So if for you it's bread, if for him it's potatoes, if for me it's oats, if you know when I eat this food I stay fuller for longer, that decreases the chance of you overeating later on. That's number 1. Number 2, eat foods that don't cause cravings. So if you know very well this healthy smoothie causes sugar cravings, as healthy as it is, don't drink it because it's going to create sugar cravings. Okay? So really go into yourself and find out what are the foods that keep me full. What are the foods that cause cravings? The foods that cause cravings, remove them or reduce them.
And that's different for individuals?
Different for each individuals. So with the people, my weight loss community members, I always tell them, weight loss is a journey of becoming. It's not just you losing weight for a 6-pack, then it's done. You have to really look at yourself and look at your habits, your bad habits. And some of these habits, you're adopting them from your parents, so it's hard to let go. You know, if food was abundant growing up, it's different compared to somebody who had food was very limited. You know, when somebody, it's a Friday, they go crazy, oh, I can finally eat pizza, you know. But another person where food was abundant, food is just, okay, it's just a means to an end, it's there. So the biggest tip when it comes to food for everybody, specifically for weight loss, doesn't matter your budget, your grocery list, stay or stay away or reduce the foods that cause cravings. Because if you're craving, no matter how disciplined you are, including myself, at some point, craving will kick your ass. At some point, you'll wake up and have those chips. At some point, you'll say, I know what, I'm not going to go to McDonald's. At some point, you will go to McDonald's and you will eat and you'll feel bad. But also eat foods that keep you full. Because those foods are the foods that your body likes. You have to listen to your body. So that's not the genesis, but that's one of the biggest principles that I tell everybody. Focus on those two things.
I did that, but I didn't have the science or the knowledge. It was just sheerly from just how I am thinking about my journey, because I gained a lot of weight back then. I think this is like 4 years ago.
COVID time.
Yeah, now COVID time. So I guess that happened to me as well. But one decision I made was I was going to lose weight, but I will eat everything I want to eat. Just manage the portions. So if I love my steak, I will still eat it, just smaller portions. I didn't know how to calculate calories. I just reduced portions. I lost a lot of weight in the process, even before I got consistent with the gym. Then the gym came in and really helped.
The portions are a big changer, and with the portions, it goes back to that people measure on the minors. What does that mean? You focus on the small details and you haven't gotten there yet. So you figured out that, okay, I'll still have my steak, but I'll decrease the portions. That makes sense and that worked out for you. But there'll be another individual in the same situation like you who'll be like, okay, I like steak, I'll start eating half a portion, but will it be different if I eat steak in the morning or steak in the afternoon? You know, if I have a bit of tomato sauce or barbecue sauce. Should I cut it up or should I eat it whole? So they focus on those small things, and those small things, they pull you back, get very overwhelming, very, very overwhelming. And I try to make it as simple as possible, so that after watching my video, you feel like, you know what, I can do this thing. You know, I can actually use the tips that this guy said, and I can apply them today, and I'll start transforming tomorrow. So with what you did, it's key.
How important is psychology and mindset in this journey of yours? Because I see a lot of people struggle with, you said, self-judgment, negative self-talk, just the psychology of thinking this is impossible. There's no way I'm going to pull this off. Do you face that? And do you coach them in that part?
Yeah, I always tell them, even last Saturday we had a weight loss community session where it's a Zoom call with my weight loss members, but also my supporters on social media, and I break down a topic, any type of topic. I could be talking about water, I could be talking about tracking calories, and I always say, be careful what you tell yourself. A man, person, human being is a product of his thoughts. So I made a key example that you may have a coach, you may have a trainer, you may have a gym membership, Adidas may be sponsoring you with clothes, this can maybe giving you supplements, you may have a private chef. But if you don't believe you will lose weight, you're going to find a way to self-sabotage. You're going to find a way to mess it up. Even though you have all these great resources in front of you, you're still going to find a way to mess it up. So there's a quick question that I ask during my consultations. It's like, okay, what's your name, blah, 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 what's your weight loss goal, blah, blah, blah. Towards the end, I say, tell me, do you think you can lose weight based on your experience? Some will say, some will say yes. It's like, why do you say yes? Because the one time when I actually focused in 2019, I actually did lose weight. So I know that right now, what's really stopping me, I don't have that focus, I don't have that accountability. And that's why I'm here. Other people say no. Why do you say no? I've been overweight all my life. The longest weight loss journey I've been on is 2 weeks. I tried Ozempic, I tried the smoothie diet, I've tried bunting, I've tried the egg diet, I've tried going to the gym twice a day, I've tried all these things, but I never made it. It's like, okay, what is the difference between then and now? They don't know how to answer that question. Like, okay, then you were doing it by yourself. Now you have a community, you have me, you have a sustainable plan. So it all comes down to you. Yes, you have all these resources, but at least now you have support, accountability, and a plan compared to back then when you were just going with the flow, you know. But what you said mindset is everything. Even for this great podcast, you don't make this by accident. You don't just like, oh, let me have this podcast and, oh, there's cameras, there's mic. Oh, that's a guy. Let's make, no, intention. You told yourself, I need to do this. Here's my goal. I need to have X amount of guests per month, per year, X amount of episodes. Here's going to be the style. Here's going to, everything, intention. And that vision of winning and actually succeeding. A lot of people don't have it. Unfortunately, they don't have it.
When you talk of mindset and how I started, one of the things that I mentioned even in the intro is that when I started, there was this big vision of how I thought things would go. They didn't go that way, especially at the start. And I mini gave up, almost gave up. For like 2 months, I took a break. But that helped me because I was talking to people who've been in the game for a while, and they reframed how I thought about 30 views, 100 views. They said, Coach, if you put you with 30 people in a room and say, share that message, how is it going to feel? And I realized I'd feel amazing about having 30 people in a room and sharing the same thing. So when I switched that part, I really went overdrive and grew the podcast. When I'm looking at how you started after podcast, how was this after COVID? Sorry, how was the start for you? Did you immediately start getting the following? And
man, I started off in the pits. Then I'm climbing out of the trenches. So remember, a pit is a hole. It's not even man-made. It's a gimbal. It's just a hole in the ground. I was there because I remember I told you I went through multiple different types of transformations. I went through a weight loss transformation during COVID, entrepreneurial content creation. So obviously in your mind, you're like, I've got a great idea. I know how to speak. I look good. I've got a six-pack. I know how to present myself. People will come. No.
they didn't.
They didn't come. 2020. And I switched up my approach many times. I went from doing home workouts, didn't work. Different type of weight loss didn't work. Then I told myself, food is the biggest thing because nobody's talking about the food. And if they do talk about the food, it's always with a smile, with a product, with, hey, have this shake, it will help you. And I realized that's not true. So with me, once I understood, firstly, like you said, mentorship, getting different perspective. Like you said, if you have 30 views, that's 30 people. Put 30 people in a room someday. And even if in those 30 people, 10% buy whatever you're selling, still a sale, still a good sale. So once I firstly had to really figure out what game am I playing, because I believe everything in life is a game. Podcast is a game, Jolly is a game, being a guy is a game. Everything is a game. And every game, there's a main goal and there's rules. Certain rules you can break them. Certain rules you cannot break them. But the goal is quite similar, right? So once I understand which game you're playing, once I came on social media, I understood that the vehicle is weight loss, being a coach, but the game I'm playing is influence. I have to be influential. I need to know how to speak well. I need to look good. Because as superficial as it sounds, people
buy into them.
Yes. So I knew that, okay, I'm playing the influence game. I need to know how to speak well. So a lot of times, a lot of the videos that you've seen, they started from a script. I literally write a script. Everyone would be talking about water. I would say, okay, here are the 5 interesting facts about water, right? Write down the script. Okay, here's the first one, second one, third one. Here's going to be my intro. Here's going to be my outro. Is this a call to action? Is this a, if you like this video, like. If you like this video, send me a DM. If you like this video, DM or whatever. Then it's like, okay, when will I post this? Will this, if I'm talking about ice cream and it's winter, will that make sense? No, in winter I must talk about soups and coffees and hot chocolates. In summertime, I'll talk about the ice cream. So I had to really go back. I was like, okay, if I'm going to play the social media game, influence is the game.
How far along your journey were you thinking this way? Was it 3, 4, 5 months after you'd started, or?
I'd say 2023, I started seeing the light.
This is over a year later.
Yeah. Like I said, I started in the pits, then I graduated to the trenches, because the trenches is, at least it's a man-made hole. Trench is you can use it as shelter, You could use it as cover, but it's still a hole, right? Only last year, I started coming out of the trenches. Now I'm in a different space. So, in essence, one of my mentors, I've got many mentors.
You're so good at it. The story sounds a bit unbelievable.
Man, when they say you need time of stillness, like you said you gave yourself a month or 2 months of chilling, everybody needs that. So once I understood that, okay, if I'm playing this influence game, social media game, I have to do it at its highest. But I'm still a server. I'm still serving. I'm still sharing my perspective. I still have a product to sell. So I must still be honest. But also must still be, there's a thin line of selling, but giving value, but don't come off as like an NGO, but don't come too capitalist. So it's like it's a game. Just like when you approach a girl, you can't just say marry me. You must play the game of, okay, she likes you. You're right, okay, she get to understand, then she actually sees them. It's like, oh, okay, I can get married to this guy. But it's a push and pull. It's not just, hey, let's go, or come. It's, okay, let's see. No, she doesn't like me that much, I'll move on. Oh, she actually likes me, let's play. Actually, she just wants a short time, not a long time. Okay, it's fine.
In the area that you're playing, weight loss, physical fitness, did you study? Because I know there will be people that get curious to say, there's been Dr. Matthew asked, did you study this, or this is purely you sharing your journey?
Both.
Okay.
I studied. Matric was 2013, 2014. I went to a college, private college, HFPA. Studied exercise science for 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So the first year is, I could say, just the basics of workouts, nutrition, exercise, that type of thing. The second year is where you specialize. So I know if I have a client, like let's say both of you gentlemen, right? Both of you guys want to lose weight, right? The difference between you and him is that you work a 9 to 5, he works an office job. I mean, you work a retail job, he works an office job. So you are standing most of the time. So the type of exercise that I create for you as a person who's always standing is going to be different for somebody who's always seated. So you go deeper. So I know how to train pregnant women. I know how to train the elderly, kids.
This came from the studies?
Yes, the second year. Then from 2016 till 2020, it was all gym. I was a personal trainer at a gym for 4 years at 2 different clubs. And I applied some of the teachings, the academia, but it's a different game. It was such a shock, like, okay, I studied this for 2 years. Once you go into the actual game, it's like you only use like a small percent. They don't teach you sales. They don't teach you sales.
Well, that's why you needed the entrepreneurial transformation as well.
So, and that really happened after COVID, because I realized when I was working at the gym, I was lazy, because I have that luxury of being in this very big gym. I used to work at Virgin Active. Yeah. There will be 10, 20, 30, 50 new members, strangers who come to the gym. So there's always an inflow of potential customers. But once you go on social media, if you are trending yesterday, it doesn't matter today. You start again. If you are trending today, tomorrow
you won't be. You start afresh, yeah.
So it taught me entrepreneurial, working hard, staying consistent, having a vision, knowing the game, divorcing yourself from the time frame, meaning you have a goal. One thing, I made a realization about last year. Do you know why people don't lose weight?
Yeah.
Because they focus on losing weight.
That you have to explain.
So people will declare their goal today. Yeah. I want to lose 10 kgs. I want a 6-pack. Okay. Tomorrow, they go to the gym, they get the broccoli, they get the supplements. Okay. Third day, fourth day, fifth day, they left their t-shirt. Where's my 6-pack? How? I still have a belly. I'm still overweight. Because they focused on the outcome. They did not focusing on the process. The process. Once you divorce your mind of the outcome, once you remove that, I need to be here by March.
And shift it to the process.
What can I do today? What can I do tomorrow? And I applied that for my business. I applied that for there's other skills that I'm still developing outside of being a trainer, being a coach. Once you divorce your time, your mind from the time frame, man, that I feel like it frees you so much. It feels like, you know what, as long as I'm doing my best every day, as long as I have these habits, if my goal is to have a podcast, as long as every week I'm finding a guest, I'm interviewing, I'm shooting, I'm editing, I'm cutting up those clips, I'm posting. If it takes me 1 day, 1 year, 1 month, 10 years to get to that million, I'm still in the game. I'm focusing on the day-to-day. So with weight loss, people will declare today, start tomorrow, a few days later, why haven't I lost weight? That's the biggest problem. You're too focused on losing weight. You're not focused on becoming better. You're not focused on,
I get you.
becoming a person who can actually lose weight.
So when I compare the two types of people, those that will check your content, love it, and want to get on this journey, but are doing it going to the gym, and those that want to do the whole journey at home, who has a better chance?
The one who believes he can lose weight.
Doesn't matter whether you go to the gym or not.
I've got some people. There's one lady yesterday I was talking to her. She's like, Coach, been watching you, this and this. Like, okay, I told her the program. She made the payment. She's part of the community now. It's like, Coach, I like going to the gym. I love going to the gym. I use it for my mindset. Should I stop going to the gym? Like, no. Me, I just want your steps, your fasting, and your calories. If you want to go to the gym, that's a bonus. So regardless of you want to do home workouts, gym workouts, you want to play soccer on the weekends, you want to do aerobics, you want to eat 1 meal a day, you want to have a restrictive diet, it all comes down here. And one thing I've realized is a lot of people are just not coachable. A lot of people are not coachable because they hold on to the past, they hold on to the teachings, the lies, the myths. And once you come and thing is, my mentor told me that business has to be so simple. As you've seen my videos, I don't use big words. I don't.
They're simple and entertaining. Yeah.
You see, I don't flex my academia. I can come here with my diploma and say, guys, this is not fat, it's adipose tissue. I can say that, but who am I helping? So you need to make it as simple as possible. And some people, they've been indoctrinated to think that a solution has to be difficult. Has to be difficult to understand and difficult to apply, because all the solutions that they've got within their life, they got it at school. School is expensive, school is difficult, school is long and strenuous. But when I come with a short, simple solution, they're like, hey man, this is too good to be true. This is can't be. But you said you were an overweight mother. Here's the bunch of overweight mothers that I helped, and look, they've lost weight. You said you were an entrepreneur. I've got 2 guys who are entrepreneurs. They've lost weight. Do you see that? Yeah, but okay, I guess I'm not your guy, unfortunately.
Besides what you just mentioned now in terms of believing it has to be difficult for it to work, what are some of the misconceptions that you've seen?
You have to kill yourself at the gym to lose weight. You have to starve to lose weight. It has to be like you're going to war to lose weight. Weight loss is not sustainable, meaning you lose weight for 3 months, you look good for 1 month, you gain it back. You have to be on a restrictive diet, you have to eat these healthy foods that have been marketed to us. It has to be, those are the common ones. A lot of them come from food. Those are the
these are deep. So in your program, you address these.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of mindset work.
Yeah. It's a lot, but man, if someone is willing, if someone has made that decision with themselves and said, you know what, this enough is enough. I'm tired of saying I'm struggling to lose weight. I'm tired of being overweight, and that's the pain that I tap in during the consultations. Ask them, okay, your goal is you want to lose 20 kgs, but everybody wants to lose weight, but we all want to lose weight for different reasons. Some will say want to lose weight for confidence. Some say want to lose weight for better fitting clothes. Some will say want to lose weight for an upcoming trip, a birthday, an event. Some will say want to lose weight for health and fitness. Some will say want to lose it for lifestyle. Then I ask them, okay, you say want to lose weight for confidence. earlier you mentioned you work in a corporate job. Do you present? Do you present like projects? Are you a speaker? Do you report? Yes. Do you feel like your weight kind of hinders you from expressing yourself? There's one lady she asked her that, you say you have these big dreams of becoming this big thing at work.
Yeah.
Are you making the connections? Are you speaking to the right people? It's like, no. So are you saying your weight has affected your confidence to the point where you cannot express yourself to the right people at work for you to get that promotion? It's like, oh my God, Kopano, you're right.
That's some deep stuff, man.
You have to go deep. You can, if it's here, Pete, you have to go deep. And unfortunately, have you ever heard of the pain and pleasure principle?
Well, I know it from motivation theory.
So I tell people, if you do have a goal of weight loss, you have to write down why you want to lose weight. Mm-hmm. It's either you're running towards a perceived pleasure or a perceived pain.
Running away from it.
Yeah, or running towards, yes. And I always tell them the strongest motivation is usually the pain. Because if it usually is. Because if I say, let's go to the pleasure, and they say they want to have a six-pack, I first ask them, have you ever had a six-pack? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, so this six-pack goal is there's no emotional attachment to it because you've never had it. It's aspirational.
Yeah.
But it's not there. You haven't, it's like
you've never had it.
You've never had it. You've probably seen people around you, but a lot of people don't have six packs. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's aspirational, but it's missing that emotional connection. Mm-hmm. But if I say, okay, you want to lose weight, yes, why? Because I got diabetes. Okay, then I ask you why. My mother died because of diabetes. Okay, but why? No, I want to lose weight because I got diabetes and my mother died, and I've also got a child, and I don't want to leave that pain with my child. So I'd rather deal with it now before it's too late. So you see how dark that is.
Now that's some deep dark punishment on yourself. Oh. Actually reminding me on something, because if I'm giving an entrepreneur some context, an example, there's a guy, one of my mentors, he says he went to this one seminar, they were talking about introducing some pain to motivate yourself. And he says, I went all radical. I said to myself, and I wrote down an SMS to my ex to say, I'm setting this goal to do this by this date. If I don't do it, I'll give you 10,000.
Sure. Who's this guy? He's my guy. This guy, no. He's my type of guy. I'm also on that. I have to go all in.
I'll hook you up. Yo. Mr. Davis, I'll hook you up. But he was setting that negative type of goal, setting some punishment in advance to say to someone that will look for you and say, right, you owe me 10K, let's see the evidence. Says, I will show you the evidence. If I don't in 3 months, I owe you 10K.
Sure.
And it's an X. So he was saying, I work really hard.
Man, it works. It works. Man, it's weird, and it's hard to sell. It's hard to sell, to tell people, no, go to the pits and find out why you want to achieve this goal. And that is why a lot of people don't actually achieve their goals. Weight loss, money, because a lot of goals, especially now because you're constantly consuming information, a lot of goals, it's not really something that you really want. It just look cool. So some people will want a trainer, not because they want to lose weight, because it's a status symbol. I have a trainer, or my coach at the gym. It's a status symbol. But that type of person is not willing to go through the pain to actually get that six-pack or lose that 10 kg. So once you know exactly what you want, exactly like to the T, and you may have to write it down, it might take you a few weeks, a few months to figure it out. And once you sign that contract with yourself and say, you know what, I'm not losing weight because of I want to show myself on social media or I want a six-pack, but I know the pain of being sick because of weight. Because I saw it with my uncle, I saw it with my mother, I saw it with my friend, and I know I'm next. I don't want that pain, So until you have that conversation with yourself, and a lot of people don't have that type of conversation with themselves, it's almost you kind of wasting your time.
And I see two sides of that coin. Someone who has that conversation and starts, but struggles to sustain it because they don't have accountability.
Yeah.
And it's one big word that you introduced earlier in the conversation, that when they come to your platform, what you give them is accountability.
Number one, yes.
For someone who says I'm on a budget, and what tips do you have? How do I introduce this accountability before I can afford a personal trainer or to go into a community where I will have it because I'm paying to have the accountability?
Firstly, when it comes to accountability, budget being the biggest indicator, you're going to pay regardless.
Is it?
But when I say pay, I'm not just saying money. People avoid paying, but they end up paying the biggest price at the end. So from my experience, there's 3 types of payments for transformation, right? When I pay with attention, I post a lot of free stuff every day. A lot. You can write a book based on the stuff that I post, right? You can pay attention. So if you have that goal and you're really paying attention, you don't really need my coaching. You don't really need my one-on-one. Just apply the tips that I share every day, right? But you have to pay attention first. Because don't forget, it's social media. Yes. You pay with attention, right? And I've been paying attention to many times through finding how to grow my social media, how to grow money, the money game. I'm paying attention, right? And I've applied the tips and they worked. I've had many testimonials of people telling me, Coach, I've been watching you for 3 months. I've lost my first 2 kgs. Whoa, Coach, I've lost 10 kgs. Yo, Coach, I had a bad weekend. Your video that you posted, it really uplifted me. I'm going to push this week. So those people pay attention. Then the second level is, okay, paying with money. Because if you know the law of reciprocity, if I do a favor for you, somehow you feel indebted to me, right?
True.
So if I give you free information every day, consistently, and I obsess about your problem, the way I've obsessed about your problem, I give you tips on it every day.
Yeah.
And you apply one tip. It's like, wow, it worked. That fasting thing worked. That water thing worked. That calorie tracking thing worked. I wonder if I paid, what would I get? What more?
Is behind the wall.
What behind the wall, you know? Then they pay with actual money. Yeah. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, which is the biggest price, you pay with time. Time lost. You said you're going to DM me and ask for advice. You said you're going to fill in the form. You said you're going to have a consultation. You said you will pay.
And you didn't.
You didn't. Now, you send me a DM in 2024. You send me another DM in 2025. Then you look back like, I already DM'd this guy. But you didn't take action. So you wasted a whole year. So it took you a year just to fill in a form. It's going to take another year to get on a consultation with me. It's going to take another year to make that payment. It's going to take another year to actually lose the weight.
That's 4 years.
4 years just to lose 5-10 kgs when there's people in the community who've lost 10 kgs in 3 months, 2 months, 5 months. So regardless of your budget, where you are within your life, regardless of what you're trying to achieve, you will pay. Usually, the biggest price is at the end. And a lot of people, once they realize that, I've wasted my time, or I didn't take action, that regret, because it affects your confidence now. And no matter if I help you or another coach helps you, if your confidence has been tested and you've been failing, even if I give you the keys of here, this is how to lose weight, you're not going to do it. Because even the basic self-esteem, so if you want to transform, like I even paid, like I remember when some of this information I got from a mentor of mine, online coach. I have to give him a shout out. It's a guy from the States, Brandon Carter, King Keto. And he has a whole platform of helping coaches, trainers to build their online fitness business. Okay. I've been paying attention, gives free advice, free ebooks, I take all the free. It's like, oh man, this thing's worked. I remember there's a free ebook about sales. I'm going to use the strategy, it worked. I made my sales. I was like, okay, now I need to graduate, I need to pay with money.
Yeah.
And it worked. But I remember when I paid with money, it was 8K, $500. I just got a tax, so they call it tax rebate from one of, back then when I was doing my what do you call this? Freelance jobs.
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, I got this money. I could blow it. I could buy clothes and look nice.
Yeah.
But this is the time to show, do I really want this goal? Made the consultation with the guy. It was painful. When that 8K came out,
You felt
but I could only afford 1 month of his membership. I milked it. I took his sales trainings, his social media trainings, and I milked it because I already made a decision in my mind that no matter what, this is my goal. This is the game I'm playing. Reality is, cool, talent, I've got the talent, I've got the time, I've got the skill, but I still need that mentorship. I still need somebody who's going to keep me accountable, right? And I had to pay, because if I didn't pay, I don't think I'll be here. I think I'll still be struggling to shoot, struggling to post, 200 views here and there. So people always focus on the money part, but you're looking at the wrong thing. Look at the outcome. And the outcome will look nice if that's what you really want. That's why it's important before you start any journey, any goal, write down. Do I really want to be a millionaire, or do I just like the freedom of having money? Okay, I like the freedom of having money. Okay, let me just go to a cheaper country, right? And I can live like a king there.
With what I have.
With what I have.
I'll live nice.
I don't have to play this millionaire game in Joburg, man. Let me go to a cheaper country. It's fine.
Someone heard you were coming and they gave me one question I should not forget to ask. They said, if I have a situation, ask Kopano what's his tip, because this is the hardest part to deal with. The tummy is not easy.
The infamous question, I get this.
Yeah, because they're saying my problem is not my weight. My weight is fine everywhere else. It's just here. And when I've tried to lose weight, it goes everywhere else.
Not here, yeah. with that type of, you see, that person has a specific problem, né?
Yeah.
And with my solution, the reality is you have to lose weight everywhere. Because even if for me, I might look like I've got good genes, but if I want to lose weight, if I want to lose fat, if I want a six-pack, I need to lose my arms, I need to lose my legs, I need to lose my back fat before it comes here. Because that's the genes for most people. Most people have those type of genes.
Yeah.
But if you're really serious to get rid of this, go get that surgery. Go get that surgery. If you're really serious. Because the thing is, you can waste time but I'm going to the gym. But the reality is, if you want to lose weight naturally, it will lose everywhere based on your genes.
Oh, so that's how it happens for everyone.
Some people, they lose weight on their, like there's some ladies, like if I had to just take a picture of their face, they look slim. They want to see the full body. It's like, hi man, what's going on? Because that's just their genes, you know? So with her specific problem, I think she wants to shortcut the game, right? She wants to lose the belly, but lose it naturally, but doesn't want to pay the price of 10, 20, 30K of surgeries. You're wasting your time. If you really want to drop the belly, book a consultation at some medical plastic surgery. They will suck that fat out and you'll be happy. But if you want to come to me, the reality is your body will lose weight where it wants to. Yes, the belly will drop, but the belly will drop after a month, after the arms have dropped, the face has dropped. And
so that does happen anyway.
Yeah, but the biggest tip I'd give you when it comes to the belly, digestion. If you eat a food, like for me, I like ice cream, but my body doesn't like it. Bloating, you know, bread. I like bread. I got bloating. What other food? Coffee, I've noticed I cannot have coffee on an empty stomach. Bloating. I can have coffee after eating. On an empty stomach, bloating. So there are certain foods, certain habits that you know very well. You shouldn't be drinking or eating this because it affects the belly, the bloating. And if you bloat, it's going to be difficult to digest food. If you're not digesting food, then the food won't go through the natural process of eating, digesting, burning it, secreting it. Can't be eating something today and still in your belly Sunday time. It's not healthy. So either really watch your foods or go to the surgery and get a consultation and they'll pull it out for you.
Last tip for someone who is having a mkaba situation, what are the foods to avoid in general?
Foods, like I said earlier, foods that don't keep you full for long, foods that cause cravings, foods that cause inflammation, bloating, water retention. It all differs for each individual. Like I said, it could be bread, but usually the sugars and the high sugar, high processed foods. But the reality is you may have to go through a full weight loss transformation mixed with maybe a bit of type of workout, maybe supplements if you want to lose it naturally, and your body will lose weight everywhere. And if your body chooses to lose weight last on the thighs or the belly, so be it, so
also it doesn't really matter too much as long as you're making progress.
Exactly.
And the focus should be on the process, not the outcome.
Having a six-pack is nice. Having millions in the account, having millions views, it's nice. But if you only focus on that, you'll get burnt out after a few days. So
I think when you were in the pits and moving up and the views were not coming, what kept you going? What made you not give up? Do you remember?
I do. I'm lucky. My friends, I remember one of my friends asked me in those dark times, how did you do it? I've got a point of reference. I've got a reference point of great people in my life who have done big things. And they're big things out of fitness, big things out of finances or business, whatever, but they've done big things if you look at it. I've got a brother who's one of my biggest influences, who has, I could say strength. He has done a lot of things for the house, for the family. I've got a grandfather, my mother's father, Ntate Kikano, who, if you had to write down what he has and what he has produced, it's like, this has to be magic. How is this possible? I've got an uncle who's ran like 10 Oceans marathons. Not Oceans, Comrades marathons, like 10. I've got parents, my mother, who's worked hard, who showed us what does it mean to work hard, from coming to a village to traveling the world. So one of my mentors said, what produces lack or what increases lack is focusing on lack. Once I moved back and saw, okay, as much as this fitness entrepreneurial thing, I'm the first person to do it, but everybody around me has done great things. So if I use that as power, strength, grit, as my source when days get bad, I can overcome anything. I believe I have a story. I have a bigger goal. I don't want to share it for me. I understand what I'm doing. But also understanding that win big, risk big, it's a lot, man. But it's for me, the biggest thing is at least having a point of reference, because like the brother thing, a lot of my friends don't have older brothers. I'm lucky to have an older brother who's influential in my life, who's looked out for me, who's helped me, who can say, do this, I would listen, because his actions show. I like Real Madrid because of my brother. I like Steers because of my brother. I like Nike because of my brother. I like a lot of things because of my brother. So I am lucky to have access to that wealth. It's wealth, actually. That's how I see wealth as. It's wealth. Having that point of reference is going to give you, for me, it gave me all the power that I need to be like, you know what, it sucks now, but I'm just writing a story. You can't have the good without the bad. You can't have the riches without the grime. You've seen all the podcasts. I'm sure what I'm saying is not.
No. Well, it always lands different when it's someone with context.
For me, it was understanding that, hey man, being broke, I've perfected being broke. I'm still alive. So even if I go all in my goal and the bank account is empty, I used to have such a weird relationship. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. Let's say you need socks. You need socks. You don't have any fresh socks anymore. You got 1,000 rand in your account. You are more happy and satisfied seeing that 1,000 rand sitting in your account than with the holes on your socks. Because you're afraid to go to Woolworths or Edgar's and pay 200 Rand for a new fresh pair of socks. Because you're afraid, you know? So it's for having that grit coming out of that being afraid, times get tough. Hey man, everybody has went through it. It's part of the journey. Once you understand the game that you're playing, if you go through tough times, I actually smile when I go through tough times now because I know it's making me. When there's a bit of challenge, like, okay, what am I learning here? Okay, cool, it's done. But if I didn't understand that this entrepreneurial game, it's actually a self-development game. It's a game of becoming. If I didn't understand that, oh, bro, I'd be depressed right now. I'll be home, poor me.
You faced a lot.
You know, so.
And I guess the advice is still similar to someone who doesn't have that community around them, like the brothers, the uncle, the mothers that are doing well, to be the example, because you have them on social media and you can pay with attention.
Yeah.
Picking that from what you said.
you will pay. Rather pay a price you're comfortable with than a bigger price later on where you're like, hey, I lost time. You know, so.
This has been good, man. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you, man.
What can we look forward to?
Oh, man, I got big things. All I could say, more. Everything. The good, the bad. Great times, bad times, stress, pleasure, more. I want to come back in a few months because I'm doing something big. Okay. And like I said, I'm playing the influence game.
We are on the lookout for.
I'm playing the influence game. So in the next few months, hopefully the invitation will be open.
It's open now.
Okay. So. You'll kind of get it, but just watch.
I think we'll use this part as the intro to the vision.
Yes. Everything more. So more social media, more testimonials, more transformations, more being at service, bigger, better, more t-shirts. I'll be selling this at some point. Bigger platform, more. That's all I could say. More.
I love it, man. The invite is open, so we will be calling.
Perfect.
We'll just keep in touch. You'll tell us when you're good to go.
Perfect.
Thank you for joining us till this time. I know this is a passion topic for many, and I hope it has helped you. Do not gatekeep the conversation. Share it with someone that you know will need to listen to this conversation. From us, see you in the next episode. Yeah.